Hey guys, I thought I would do a review on Jingle the Husky Puppy Interactive Story Buddy. It is very cute and very interactive. Whenever you press his ear, in the book, you look for the words in red, and those you can get him to interact. And sometimes they'll just howl or do something randomly, which is very cute. It's a very cute little storybook. Also, you can get the ornament and the card. You can get them from Hallmark. The little jingle ornament comes in a box like that, if you're ever looking for it. It's very cute. And it's a good little book. I'm sure a lot of you guys got one of these for Christmas, maybe. That's what I got him for, was for Christmas, and I love it. And it's such a cute little stuffed animal. I mean, it can also be a sleeping buddy. I mean, it's really soft, really plush-like, little curly tail. It's very cute, and it even... Whoop! Hang on, let me make it. Bell. It's very cute. What you do to turn him on and off, there's a little thing on his ear, so even little kids can use it. And this really encourages them to read, I would think anyway. To hear something bark with you or talk to you during reading. It's like getting feedback. I mean, it really does encourage reading. And, I mean, the book is so colorful. I mean, even that, I think, would encourage the reading. It's so pretty. I wish they would make a movie or a little short of it. I mean, it's so cute and pretty. And, like I said, you can get them at Hallmark. I'm sure they're still there. And they're not too expensive. I think for mine, I paid $20 at the Hallmark store. Yeah, I mean, it's really cute. So, I'm going to read you the story now. Here we go.
Jingle's ready for you to read his story to him.
Right. Jingle All the Way by Tom Shea Zippin. There are lots of stories about good little boys and girls, but there aren't many stories about good little dogs. But this is a story about Jingle, the Husky Pup, and Jingle was a good dog. He never made a mess. He never chewed holes in things. He never, not even once, kept people awake at night with his barking, and he always, almost always, did what he was told. One day, Jingle was resting beside the front steps of Pineville Elementary School. Suddenly, the school bell began clanging out loud, and the children who were inside ran outside. That made Jingle very, very happy. So he came back the next day, and the same thing happened. The bell rang and the children hurried out. It was amazing. Kevin petted his belly. Sarah scratched his ears. Jennifer said, "Jingle, you're a good dog." Jingle loved to bark hello. Jingle even loved to sing. But what Jingle loved most was being with his friends. He liked to race Kevin to the edge of the schoolyard. But every day Kevin said, "Bye, Jingle. It's time for me to go." Sometimes he followed Sarah to the school bus, but Sarah only said, "Sorry, Jingle, I've got to go home." One snowy day, Jingle even dashed all the way to Jennifer's house. Jennifer laughed. "Silly dog, Jingle, you've got to go home." Usually Jingle did exactly what he was told, but since he didn't have a home, he couldn't go there. Instead, he went back to Pineville Elementary and waited for the school bell. He waited all night and all day, but it didn't ring. Jingle decided to look for his friends. After all, they were the closest thing he had to a family. He searched everywhere, but the kids were nowhere to be found. Then Jingle remembered seeing a very long line of kids at the toy store. What were they waiting for so patiently? Was it important? The very thought of finding his friends made Jingle want to sing. But when Jingle arrived at the store, there were no children. There was only a colorful storefront, window, and a whole lot of quiet. Jingle was tired from all his searching, so he made his way behind the toy store and plopped into the first spot he found and fell fast asleep. And even though it didn't feel like a home, it was quite cozy. Moments later, someone carefully lifted the bag Jingle had snuggled into. "Well, what are we here?" A voice spoke warmly. "Someone all alone at Christmas?" Placing the green velveteen bag in the front of his sled, the man remembered a letter he'd been given earlier that day from a good little boy in the toy store. "Ho, ho, ho," he said to himself, "this gives me an idea." He wasn't sure what was going to happen, but suddenly Jingle felt very, very happy. The next morning, Jingle was surrounded by the smell of pine and peppermint. There was a fancy collar around his neck with a bell that jingled whenever he moved. But the best surprise of all came when Jingle saw Andrew, one of his friends from school. "It's Jingle," Andrew said. "Jingle, you're such a good dog." The two friends spent the rest of Christmas Day playing together, Jingle's bell ringing merrily all the while. That night, before Andrew turned out the lights, in his room, Jingle hopped onto the bed. Andrew said, "Jingle, stay," and Jingle did. The end. Such a cute little story. Jingle, you're such a good dog. Alright. Thanks guys for watching. Bye!